Quinnipiac had one of the busiest weekends of the year. The winter sports teams are nearly done with their regular seasons, while the spring sports teams are just starting up.
We have all the highlights, scores, and updates for you. Sports Paws starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Sports Paws. I'm Dylan Fearon.
And I'm Sam Prevot. Dylan, this weekend was extremely busy for Quinnipiac Athletics.
Yes, it was, Sam, and by far the most talked about game for the Bobcats was the men's ice hockey game against crosstown rival Yale. The pulse here was beat Yale, but did New Haven have the same animosity? Shanna McCarriston has more.
At Quinnipiac University, the Yale-Quinnipiac ice hockey game is the most talked about event on campus, and tickets for the game are the most sought after. Students wait all year for this game, and the excitement can be felt on campus all week.
So how excited are you for the Yale game?
I'm so pumped for the game tonight. It's going to be a great game. I know we're going to beat Yale tonight. Hey, go Bobcats!
Did you try for a ticket?
Absolutely did.
What was your reaction when you didn't get a ticket?
I can't even put it into words. I was pretty upset. Yeah. You know, everybody wants to go.
Many students plan on watching the game, even if they can't be there in person.
Did you get a ticket to this game?
No, unfortunately I didn't, but I'm going to be watching it tonight on TV.
There is no doubt that Yale is the biggest rival in the view of Quinnipiac students.
Would you say that Yale is Quinnipiac's biggest rival in ice hockey?
Hell yes it is.
Yeah, they're right down the street from us, so yeah, definitely biggest rival.
Oh, definitely a rivalry. Everyone's kind of, we hate Yale, so.
QU students feel a certain way towards Yale, and they are not shy about letting it be known.
What do you think the student opinion of Yale is on this campus?
Not very highly, I guess. I don't think we think very highly of them because, I don't know, they're our biggest rival.
We all hate Yale here. We have good relations with them for the most of the year, but tonight, they're our worst enemy.
Head just 15 minutes down the road to Yale, and you won't sense the same feeling.
And do you know anything about Quinnipiac?
Not particularly, no.
Some don't even think there's a rivalry.
What rivalry do you think is most publicized around the Yale campus?
None.
Yale fans did not show the same hatred against Quinnipiac as QU did towards Yale.
I don't hate them.
You don't hate them?
I certainly wouldn't wish good things upon them.
Some Yale students appreciate the Yale-Quinnipiac competition when it comes to hockey, but overall, that is not where their focus is.
I think everybody, makes a pretty big deal out of, the Yale-Harvard game because it's at, a bigger arena and it's more widely publicized, but they're not really a challenge, so probably us and Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac's success is newer, and Yale does not see the Bobcats as their biggest enemy quite yet. Maybe in a few more years, with some more history between the two teams, there will be a greater feeling of beat Quinnipiac on the Yale campus, but for now, the rivalry is one-sided. Shanna McCarriston, Q30 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Shanna. Let's go right to High Point Solutions Arena for QU Yale. Rivalry doesn't get much better than this. It was a gold out and it was sold out. 3,700 fans, including Quinnipiac President John Leahy, in attendance. Puck drops here. Official's going to slip right here. 13th annual Heroes hat teams ready to go, and we're underway. First chance for Yale. John Bianco is his chance is going to get stymied by Kevin McKiernan. Nice job by the QU defender. And on Quinnipiac's first chance offensively, puck's going to roll at Danny Federico is going to put that one in. 1-0 Quinnipiac. Federico's first goal of the year, and it couldn't come at a better time for the senior. 1-0 Quinnipiac. But Yale next chance. We're only 13 minutes into the game. Frank DeChar is going to score around Michael Gartag and make it 1-1. Bravo, Garrett, great pass, Sam. We are tied at 1 apiece. Just over a minute later, though, Matt Killian's going to lose the puck. Going to go right to Tanner McMaster, who's going to face Alex Line and put it right past him on the left side. 2-1 Quinnipiac. McMaster with the goal there, and we're still in the first. And nearing the end of the first, Stu Wilson for Yale is going to shoot on Michael Gartag, but glove saved by the junior goaltender. Then head to the second period. It's 2-1 Quinnipiac still, but DeChar again shoots into Michael Gartag's leg. Open net though. How did he miss that? We're still tied at 2 apiece. Matthew Pecker's turn now. Alex Lyon with the glove save and then cleans up the mess. 2-1 chance here for Yale, and that's O'Gara that makes it 2-2. Michael Gartag, no chance there on the advantage for Yale. Nothing going on in the third period. We went to overtime. Nothing there. Final score 2-2. Rand Pecknold a little unhappy. Heroes had Stacey Hampton, but disappointed. Here he is.
I'm really disappointed with how we played tonight. I thought that was a poor effort.
I thought we showed our immaturity tonight. I thought we showed our youth. We've found ways to conquer that this year. That's obviously why our record, we're having a good season, but that was a disappointing effort. I think our biggest problem tonight is we got outside our identity, and that's what makes us good. We did not play to our identity.
You heard Rand Pecknold say he was disappointed by the Bobcats' performance.
Our own Mark Spillane called the game and is going to dissect Quinnipiac's play from Friday night.
Mark, how are you?
Not bad, guys. Good to be here.
So last year was a 3-3 tie. This year, 2-2. What happened?
These two teams, I don't think they could be any more evenly matched. You talked about the 3-3 tie last year. Earlier this year, down in New Haven, 2-2 tie. Shots 31 apiece. Here in Hamden, 2-2 tie. Shots 25 apiece. These two teams are really evenly matched. They're a lot of fun to watch. That's one of the best games that I've seen of the year. I think the St. Lawrence game was probably the most exciting game of the year for Quinnipiac, but the Yale one just right behind them. And you know what? All the goals came on turnovers. Both teams turned the puck over too many times. It led to some nice plays. It led to some weird plays like the Federico goal. He just chucked it on net. There was a giant screen, and it worked out for the Bobcats on that one.
Well, Mark, you said it seems that Yale outplayed Quinnipiac in the game in the third period. What went wrong there?
I didn't think the third period was too bad for QU. Yale definitely did outplay them a little bit, but I thought the second period was really bad for the Bobcats. That's when Yale outscored them 1-0. Of course, they had the 2-1 lead going into the second period. Third period, I thought, was fairly evenly matched. Both teams had chances. QU had their chances, but Alex Lyon just kept making glove save after glove save. But in general, I just didn't think the energy level was there for them at times. There were some times where loose pucks were being won by Yale and not by the Bobcats, and that's kind of surprising. You would expect that in front of a sold-out crowd, like you mentioned, Dylan, during the highlight, that the Bobcats would come out and just be flying around and scoop up all the loose pucks. But that's not really how it went. But you know what? People got to give credit to Yale. This is a really, really good hockey team.
Now, you and I were talking earlier before the show. These two teams are the best teams in the ECAC, excuse me. Why is that?
Yeah, I definitely think they are the two best teams in the ECAC. I mean, the Bobcats have that explosiveness, and they showed that at times with the turnover from Matt Killian, where you mentioned in the highlight, and a beautiful play by Andrew Tavener, flipped it right through his legs to Tanner McMaster, walked in between the circles, and buried that one. That's the explosiveness that I'm talking about. Quinnipiac can do that. They even did that against Brown the next night. Of course, we're going to get to that highlight later in the show. But then Yale on the other side, best defense in the nation for a reason. They're a top-notch D. They've got Alex Lyon. Rob O'Gara had a huge game, had a goal and an assist. You mentioned the great pass on the first goal for DeChara. So he really is somebody that makes a big impact. He's a Bruins draft pick. And so the defense for Yale is what gives them an advantage. And then the explosiveness for the Bobcats gives them an advantage. I think they're the two best teams in the ECAC. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them in the final together up in Lake Placid.
Wow. Mark, thanks so much for coming on.
Great to be here, guys.
Then the next night, Saturday night, QU men's ice hockey would take on Brown. Sam, what do you got?
Well, it was another exciting night over at TD Bank Sports Center. It was senior day, so Quinnipiac against Brown. Here we go. Beginning of the first period. Devin Taves, his shot will go wide. Tanner McMaster, though, is there to pick it up, but it's a great save. And now Sam Annis, his shot will be saved also by Brown goalie Tim Ernst. Now, Brown forward, Massimo Lamacchia, his turn to take a shot, also saved by Michael Gartig. Now in the second period, we're at the beginning, Sam Annis tries a wraparound, still won't go, 2 rebound shots, also saved. Now, Joe Prescott picks up the loose puck, score, goal for Brown, 1-0 Brown. Now, Bo Peeper's shot is going to be blocked now by Lamacchia, is just all over the place, Dylan. Now, similar to the first Brown goal, Nick Lappin's going to pick this up, breakaway goal on Gartig. 2-0, Travis Anthony takes a shot, also saved. Third period, 8 minutes into the third, Danny Federico, second goal of the season, second of the weekend. On the power play, Matt Pekka carries the puck into the zone now, makes a move, no go. Now Sam Annis takes a pass from Travis Anthony. First try, no, but second try, yes. Second goal of the period, 2-2. Now we're gonna head to overtime. Now Brown here, Matt Lorito takes a shot, no good. Few shots deflected over the glass. We're just going to have more of the same here. Quinnipiac shooting everything wide. The game will end 2-2 tie. Once again, Brand Pecknold.
We struggled there. The first 2 periods were a little flat, but they did a really nice job of kind of blocking shots and playing the way they needed to play. And when they got opportunities, they finished. I think our character came through in the third period. And, we showed why we're a good hockey team, coming back like that. I think if we don't have that 5 call, we don't have to kill that 5-minute major. I think we come back and get another one. A lot of our guys winning the Cleary Cup. It's It's not easy to do in this league. It's a tough league, and night in, night out, you got to grind it out. It's probably harder than winning the playoffs because you got to do it the whole season. And just proud of our effort and how we competed and we battled this year to get that Cleary Cup. So we're happy to have it back.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to move from the ice to the hardwood.
Both men's and women's basketball teams played twice this weekend with conference seedings on the line. We'll have it all coming up next on Sports Paws.
Looking for debate and analysis of your favorite Quinnipiac sports?
Attacking and pressing. I mean,
Right, and it's not, and what they're doing isn't working.
But unfortunately, they couldn't finish the Colgate game, so I think definitely those are the keys that the Bobcats need to watch.
Had guys that can take the ball in the latter stages of the second half.
I think those
Even
are
with limited minutes.
In the MAC, they play the run and gun style.
Q30's and QBSN's Bobcat Breakdown brings all that to you and more. Live every Monday night at 8:30, tune in to see analysis of your Bobcats from the week before. Every sport from every season, it's all right here on Bobcat Breakdown.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. The men's basketball team is in a tight race for 5th place in the MAC standings. Top 5 finish in the regular season gives you a bye in the first round of the MAC tournament. Tom Moore's squad took on Ryder Thursday night in New Jersey with seeding on the line. The Bronx gave the Bobcats a lot of trouble, and at one point they're up 22 points with 15 to go. Usman Drame and James Ford Jr. brought the Bobcats to within 3 points, but Ryder closed it out with free throws and went on to win 94-83. Next up for Quinnipiac is a home battle with Canisius.
All right, and we head to Lender Court for the game. The Bobcats looking to end their 2-game losing streak on senior day. In the first half, Usman Drame gets fouled here on his layup attempt. He's going to head to the free throw line, and he's going to give the Bobcats a 14-11 lead. Next, later in the first half, Cassius Robertson finishes his layup, and Canisius takes a 22-21 lead. Final minute of the half, Usman Drame again is fouled on his layup attempt, but this time he will not make those free throws, but the Bobcats will still have a 26-22 lead. Let's go late to the second half with a minute left. It's really close here. Jamal Reynolds is going to finish his layup, assisted by Jeremiah Williams. He's going to give Canisius a 63-61 lead here. 39 seconds left though. Zaid Hurst attempts a three-pointer. Cannot convert. So now, but James Ford's going to get fouled on his rebound attempt. Going to head to the free throw line here. Can he make them? He makes the first one. And we'll see if he makes the second one. He does, and that ties the game at 63. Now here with just 10 seconds left in the game, Cassius Robertson is going to hit a jump shot. There it goes, 65-63 Canisius lead. The Bobcats only have 3 seconds to tie it. Let's see if they can. Evan Conti gets the ball, but unfortunately he cannot get the shot off before the buzzer goes. So the final is going to be 65-63. Head coach Tom Moore has more after the game.
Tip of the hat to Canisius. They played outstanding down the stretch, and we didn't put the ball in the basket down the stretch in crunch time when we needed to, obviously, and we needed a defensive stopper too. down the stretch that we obviously didn't get through as well.
I'm looking here. So after an exciting weekend, here's an updated look at the MAC standings. As you mentioned, we know which 5 teams will have a bye in the opening round of the MAC tournament: Iona, Rider, Monmouth, Manhattan, and Canisius. But the seeding still needs to be determined. For Quinnipiac, the best seed the Bobcats can get is the 6th seed, but they're still in danger of dropping as low as 8th place. Iona and Monmouth tipped off earlier this afternoon, with the Gales winning a close one 69-68. Iona is now 16-2 in the MAC, while the Hawks dropped to 12-6, just a half game up on Manhattan for 3rd place.
This week, senior Nicoline Ostegard was named the MAC's Women Basketball Player of the Week for the first time in her career. This week, she averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal, as well as having a field goal percentage of 55%. Ostegard also had 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals in the Bobcats' road win against defending MAC champions Marist. She also had career-high numbers of free throws and assists in Quinnipiac's overtime win against Canisius.
Let's go right to the action. It's St. Peter's taking on Quinnipiac. It's 11 a.m. It's Kids Day out there at Lender Court. Game was originally, Kids Day was originally for Iona. They moved it to St. Peter's, and we had a packed house. 2 years ago, Quinnipiac 15-0 at home. Could they do it again this year? That team 2 years ago went to the NCAA tournament. Could they do it this year? We will find out in a couple of weeks. 2013 magical year. Let's see what they do against St. Peter's, as Ostegard's going to find Val Driscoll in. Val Driscoll, grad student, the Old Rush looking very good early. Quinnipiac with a 4-0 lead. A couple possessions later, Abshire is going to find Driscoll, the transfer from Michigan, who finds a cutting Samantha Guastella, the senior connection, continuing to work 7-0 Bobcats to start out. The Peacocks eventually would find their stride. Hala Mustafa's going to drive for 2. Lefty layup's going to go off the glass against Adelie Martucci. That's the closest the Peacocks would get, 7-4. Bobcats would then go on a 12-4 run. Abshire is going to find Driscoll for the layup and the foul. And later in the first half, unselfish play is going to continue as Shayna Earl is going to draw a charge on Mustafa. 33-17 was the score at halftime for the Bobcats. And then we just moved in the second half. St. Peter's going to try to hang on. Mustafa's going to bank in a 3. Got to call that, don't you? And lead will be cut to 12 at 44-32. But then Sarah Sheehan is going to find Adelie Martucci for the layup. Nice pass there. And we're going to see Jen Fay to Sarah Sheehan, who passes to Maria Napolitano in the paint for the layup. QU would take a 20-point lead. In the middle of the second half, QU is absolutely rolling as Ostegard's going to grab a rebound and put it in, plus the foul. Bobcats will go up 30, and they would win by a final of 82-52, undefeated at home, and the Bobcats have not lost in 2015. Here's Trisha Crabtree.
Well, I think there's a lot of similarities because it's a roster full of really good, talented players, and at the time, our current seniors were sophomores, so we've been able to really build off of the success each season that they've had, and you just saw the experience today. I thought they had tremendous poise down the stretch of that game when it was getting a little crazy. So, but today was just a real grind, and we knew it was going to be a grind coming in here. They're just so tough.
After their win against St. Peter's, the Bobcats traveled to Iona to take on the Gales. Quinnipiac came into the game expecting a battle, and they got one. The score remained close throughout the game, and there was a playoff-like atmosphere. Val Driscoll had a career-high 22 points in the Bobcats' come-from-behind 79-72 win. Samantha Guastella and Jasmine Martin also contributed 17 and 16 points respectively to help lead the Bobcats to their win. And coming up on Sports Paws, we will return to the ice as the women's hockey team goes on the road to take on Yale and Brown.
And we'll have an update on spring sports as well as the top 5 plays of the week. Stay tuned for more Sports Paws.
That was then, this is now. Don't be just a number.
Hello, welcome to Chameleon.
At Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, it's all about what makes you feel beautiful. Their professional team is dedicated to helping you reach your customized beauty goals from your head to your toes. Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, where it's all about what makes you feel beautiful.
We are your source for entertainment news.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Wake up, Quinnipiac! It's the morning after! Hey! Come on, guys, it's time for T of A. Let's go! Yeah, right. What's the morning after? Mondays at 10, only on Q30.
The women's hockey team started their weekend at Yale, losing to the Bulldogs 3-0. The Bobcats outshot the Bulldogs 37-20, but could not convert those shots to goals. Quinnipiac forward Erica Uden-Johansson led the team with 5 shots. Yale's Krista Yipchuk had 2 goals in the game, leading her team to victory. This was the second Friday in a row the Bobcats had been shut out by their opponents.
The Bobcats would then head to Rhode Island to take on the Brown Bears in a Saturday matinee. Rachel Lee's squad had trouble scoring of late and wouldn't light the lamp until late in the third period. Freshman Taylor Cianfrano ripped a shot at the top of the slot past Brown goalie Monica Elvin to give the Bobcats a 1-0 lead. Bobcats would hold on for the final 5 minutes, earning their 24th win of the season. Quinnipiac has now clinched home ice in the ECAC quarterfinals and the 3 seed in the tournament. Bobcats will face 6-seeded Princeton in the playoffs.
Last Monday, Q30's Mark Spillane sat down with women's ice hockey goalie Chelsea Laden to talk about the seniors' historic season and her time at Quinnipiac.
What have you been happy with? What have you been disappointed with, just in general for the season?
I think this year has been the most successful year we've had as a program. And personally, I couldn't have asked for a better senior year. I've been all around really happy with my team's successes and my own. It's been exciting.
Diving into a little bit of what you've done personally this year, 13 shutouts on the season, brings you up to 23 total in your career. I know you said you don't really look at your numbers too much. A .931 save percentage and a .114 goals against average. Statistically, it's the best season in Quinnipiac goaltending history. What does that mean to you?
To me, that is an incredible accomplishment for myself and also for the team. I think that ever since I got here, we've been emphasizing defense first and emphasizing that those numbers really do mean a lot for everyone. And we're a defensive team, and those are defensive stats. So I think it's definitely a testament to show where this program has gone as a whole.
We talked a little bit about senior day before we had the cameras rolling, and you've played in 82 career games now, and you broke the single season shutout record for the program on senior day. What was that like for you to be on senior day with your teammates that you've been with for 4 years and your family watching to break that record?
I thought I honestly didn't know that stat necessarily going into the game, but after people, talked about it, and just the fact that, 13, that doesn't happen often, like you said, and it was just an incredible feeling, and just knowing that, it's definitely a team effort, and at the end of the game, we can all lean on there's not really nothing we could have done differently to defensively that would have, we couldn't have done much better. And it meant a lot to me as a senior.
A couple more questions for you. You mentioned the things that you've accomplished and growing in your time at Quinnipiac. What are you most proud of in your time here?
What am I most proud of?
Whether it be off the ice, on the ice, both, whatever.
I would say if I went back to freshman year and I could talk about how hard it was for me and just the fact that I was balancing my academics and being a Division I athlete, I didn't really think it was possible throughout freshman year. It was really hard for me, as I have to admit. There was a lot of thinking, can I even do this for 4 years? It was very intense, and just knowing that every year I battled through it and I was able to continue to face adversity. And I feel like if you're setting a dream that's easy anyways, it's not really that big of a dream. And this was my dream, to play college hockey, and it was tough, but I'm really proud of myself that I was able to do this throughout 4 years and not only get through it, but succeed and grow every single year.
The women's indoor track and field team finished third at the MAC Championship Saturday, scoring 104 points. Bobcats were just 1.5 points behind second-place Rider, with Monmouth taking the championship with a total of 166.5 points. The star of the day was none other than Shamil Samuels. The junior from Hartford won the 60-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter sprints. Samuels was also named the MAC's most outstanding track performer. Kyle Martin's squad looks to continue its success next weekend at the New England Championships in Boston.
The women's lacrosse team opened their season at home this weekend against Albany, losing 21-5. Quinnipiac had 13 turnovers and were outshot by Albany 39-18. Kira Aquat led the Bobcats with 2 goals, and Albany's Maureen Kagans led their team with 5 goals.
The men's lacrosse team also opened their season this weekend, traveling to Providence to take on Brown. Bobcats lost to the Bears 17-6. Quinnipiac was outshot by Brown 60-34 and won just 7 faceoffs compared to Brown's 19. Dylan Malloy led the Bears with 5 goals, and Brian Feldman had 2 for the Bobcats.
It was announced earlier this week that Michael Sam, the NFL's first openly gay player, will speak at Quinnipiac University on March 3rd at the Burkhan Court. The news was first reported by the Quinnipiac Chronicle, and the event will have 2 moderators, and Sam will have 60 minutes to speak. Sam won the Southeastern Conference Defensive Player of the Year in his senior year at Missouri and was drafted by the St. Louis Rams, but was released over the summer. During the talk, Sam will be discussing his coming out process and overcoming adversity.
All right, Sam, it's time for the top 5 plays of the week. Presented to you by Q30 Sports. There's some really good plays this week, Sam. I'll take the odds, you take the evens. All right. Number 5, Quinnipiac-Yale, Heroes hat. Danny Federico's first goal of the season. You're going to see it right there. Crowd goes wild, giving Quinnipiac a 1-0 advantage.
For Danny Federico.
We're going to see it again here from the GoPro angle. Andrew Dio, great work here. Student section going wild. As I mentioned before, 3,700 fans in attendance.
All right, number 4, back to the GoPro. This time Michael Bonavito's on the GoPro camera, and we're going to see in slow motion that save by Tim Ernst on Tanner McMaster. Back to
Quinnipiac-Yale. Number 3, Frankie DeChar is going to put the puck around Gartig's skate, make it 1-1. As we mentioned, 2-2. This was a great game, Sam.
And 2, Canisius's Cassius Robertson, that jump shot, that game-winning jump shot, 65-63. Canisius will win that last 10 seconds of the game.
And the number 1 play of the week is we're going to go back to Quinnipiac hockey here. It's QU Brown, and Nick Lappin's going to pick up a loose puck, score past Michael Gartig on a breakaway, give the Bears a 2-0 advantage. That game would end 2 apiece as well. 2 ties for the Bobcats this week. Even the Teletubbies a little upset. Well, Sam, looks like we're out of time, but what an excellent and exciting week of sports it has been. Playoffs coming up and spring teams are starting.
You're absolutely right, Dylan. For more information, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Q30 Sports, and don't forget to check out our website at www.q30television.com.
For Sam Prevot, the entire technical staff, I'm Dylan Fearon. Have an excellent evening.